Anthony. If you probably have already seen my first video, it was kind of an introduction on the tutorial on how to make Call of Duty Zombies playable for your Snapmap. So I'm just going to kind of continue where I left off. I was just selecting all this panel right here. So essentially what I was trying to tell you what you could do to save time is once you have it all coded in to where you make it, you can copy and paste it using L2, hold it down, and X won't let me do it, too much space, so I'll just undelete these two because text takes up a lot of space. That's a good thing to note. L2, and now look, I can make this interactable as many times as I want throughout my map. Kind of moving on to the different three sections. At the very ends I put teleporters, guns, and equipment that you can buy at each one. All the teleporters link back to this mainframe which you saw in the very beginning of the first tutorial, just so you can kind of see it. Right here on the player start. Okay. Things we've already covered in the first tutorial: AI, the custom group, hardcore mode, and regular. We had showed the health regeneration, how that works. We kind of briefly looked at the pack-a-punch, the amount of lives that you get. 4 ends once you lose them all on killing yourself or getting killed. The variable for lives that you can just see in the HUD. We learned how you can get points. So from this AI proxy we saw that you could get either 10, 60, or 120 for killing a demon in Demon Zombies. Then I showed you kind of all the settings that I put up, the AI proxy for their survival, how it resets every round, how the demons get stronger every round through buffs. We also covered demons per round, how it grows each time, and how the breaks get shorter. So basically, rounds get harder each time you play. And then for the ultimate finale, it's going to go in hardcore mode, where the tier does not reset. So you're going to play some hard demons, basically. Barons of Hell coming at you, cacodemons, whole bunch of shit. And then kind of how this custom group encounter, how you've been going against a bunch of pinkies, essentially, the dog round. All this kind of stuff, by the way, is just mostly aesthetics. It's kind of intimidating. It's kind of cool little things to add to this map. Just make it your own, essentially. And let's see. Yeah, and what's nice about everything I made right here, you can download it. Everyone will see I'm the original author, but you can go ahead and edit it. To find this map, just type in Anthony or Archangel on one of the search bars, and you'll immediately find my maps that I've made. So to kind of get more into it, we're going to go down this corridor. See, there's another panel coming up pretty soon right here. These opens these two doors. Let's see over here. There is shotguns you can buy off the wall. This gives you more shotgun like in your inventory, and this gives you ammo. I color coded them to kind of separate them. Green and yellow, and doors are white. Pack-a-punch is kind of like that pink color. Let's see. This opens this door here. So I go 750, 1000, 1250. And then once you go through this door, we're going to see that I added in the first teleporter. Takes you back to here, just to kind of show that again. I know this is confusing with all the different lines going everywhere. Essentially, I have it set to the teleporters where they become active. Once you turn on the power, you have to touch this switch, right? And once you hit that switch, you can now use this trigger. Once you spend 1500 points, it enables the teleporter, sends you over there. On successfully spending your points, we also get a new variable and count over here. Teleporters used. Because of the fact that using a teleporter disables a teleporter, and the count goes up to 3, you have to use all 3 teleporters before you can use Pack-a-Punch, which happens when you reach the count of 3. On the count of 3, you activate the point of interest to now be shown to the Pack-Punch, which gives you more ammo and more damage. That only reset on you dying. So you're going to need Pack-a-Punch. So essentially you have to open all the doors to get to all the different teleporters and use them all. So you're going to spend all those points, and then you'll be able to Pack-a-Punch. It's basically also so that you can't use it right away, and it gives you something to do kind of as an objective. And it's something that you did in Derice. Coding for it took a little interesting trial and errors, but essentially each one teleports here, and then on arrived, it disables them. So you go back and you disable, and then on teleported, once you arrive, it adds the count here. Let's see. Now let's go back up. So yeah, some of the things I added over here. Tesla rocket, 750. Put black writing for equipment. And then over here, health shot, basically an energy weapon. You can see the cost right there, 2,000, so more pricey, because you had to work your way to get to here. Oh, and another thing to note: once you've used each teleporter once, you can now use all the teleporters. Now, if you kind of think, oh, I can just keep reusing the same teleporter, no. Like, if you're paying attention, once you use this teleporter, I have it set to where this one becomes disabled until all three have been used. Okay, now let's go back. I'm really looking forward to touching this room right here. This is the fun room, is what I call. So let's go back down to the kind of the entrance room right here. So we're gonna go through. This is where the start is. Second door. Behind door number 2. All right, let's go. And then over here, got another panel to open the door. Over here, let's cover the simple thing first, because you kind of see there's a lot of stuff in this room. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, all this right here. This was an interesting thing to code. I got a lot of help from Tackless in setting all this up. Definitely check out his tutorial. It's very helpful on how to make random events happen, such as these. If you guessed what this was, and you guessed mystery box, you would be correct, because you can't have a zombie map without mystery box. So, just like Derice, I added in the trap, which is what this map is based off of. Essentially, you spend points. It's 1,000 points, and these lasers will go up for 30 seconds. You don't see them, they're all invisible until you turn them on, but they don't hurt you until they're activated, which is what this does. And it does a lot of damage. So don't touch the lasers. Moral of the story. And then over here, so it's the same weapon panel, but there's a lot more lines obviously going through here. You gotta spend 950. And once you activate, it'll send a variable to this boolean right here. Right? This boolean will, you have to make it set it true. And then once you set it true, you have to test it. And then once it's tested true, it'll trigger all these other different things to happen. So, I'm going to play music while the box is going. We're going to start a repeater that will generate random integers, 1 through 17. If you guessed that there was 17 different things that you can get from the box, you would be correct. This variable right here gets stored into, and then this number will be compared. And whatever this number ends up being, let's say it's 5, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then this will happen. If it's 7, this will happen. And each different one spawns a different object, which spawns over here, all the different weapons. And then it also gives you ammo. I did this kind of added on, so let's say you get a BFG, which is like the wonder weapon of the game, and then you get it out of the box. It's not a total loss, because now you're going to get full ammo for it if you didn't have it already. So the only time it'd be a loss is if you had a BFG with full ammo when you got a BFG. So this is a relay. Relays are nice because it sends signals to every single one of these things. So on tested true, it'll do this, but important to note that repeater is also connected to this relay, which tests also all these integers, which are all the same ones as these ones. 1 all the way to 17 again. What this one does instead, though, is when it's equal to 1, and remember this is being repeated, randomized, so it'll go from 1 to 12 to 6, that's about 6 probably right there, to 17 to 10. It'll just keep doing different ones. So you can imagine this kind of in your head, a bunch of different numbers all being generated. Every time it's equal to one of those numbers, it's going to display different text, which is set right here. Set string, and it's going to say this value is this text right here. So that text will be displayed right here. Where is it? Right there. Right there where it says world text. So you're going to be able to see like kind of what the box is like randomizing between. So to show you a bunch of different weapons, and it'll display on that text above there, which is all linked to the variable right here. See how it's all connected to all the different sets. I called it random name, and if you look on this text, which is invisible, that was the wrong thing. Random name and color. So once you use this, it'll start generating you the random weapon. The weapon, by the way, also when you do it, tested true, sets this timer for 12 seconds so that the gun doesn't stay there indefinitely, or weapon rather. And then once it's done giving you what you need, you do the Boolean again and you test it. Same one as before from over there. Right there. I'll go over there real quick so you can see the same one. You have to test, and then on changed, set it to, it's going to be set to false. So set false. Now that it's been set false, we have to test it once it was changed. And now it's going to reset the timer. And then it's also going to see all these different little lines right here. I have it set to when you walk in this room, when you look at this box, all you see is the box and the lid closed. But when you hit the switch and the box is generating what weapon to give you, that lid disappears, the one on top. This one up right here appears, and then this blue like little square appears right there. Did that just kind of for aesthetic appeal. It kind of looked like you were actually opening a box, you know. And I originally had all the weapons in the blue square, but it was too difficult to like. The player was jumping on the box, and it's just too much of a hassle. So I just put it right in front. Okay, so that's all the weapons. Over here's the power. We have it set. I have a bunch of stuff up there. What stuff turns on, different perks and such. So once you turn on this switch, a bunch of different things happen. Like these sparks will turn off, the perks come on. It enables you to continue with the game. It's the first point of interest. There's a question mark over it, so you don't know what it does exactly, but you know you have to go over there. And that you can see right there. Set point of interest 1. And then over here is all the power-ups. So this is a spin-off of the box, kind of random, but obviously you can tell there's less. So every time you kill a demon, there's gonna be a number generated between 1 and 50, aka once it's, and then once you test it, integer compare, you can find that right here. Oh, sorry, that's integer, which is right there. Integer compare is right. Yeah. So you compare this integer, the integer 1 to chance for drops, which is that right there. So when these are the same, that's what this means, then it'll signal a couple different things. Over here, it'll set timers. The timers get rid of all the different power-ups after 30 seconds. Oh, sorry, 15 seconds. And then it resets all the settings that the power-ups changed after 30 seconds, if they don't run themselves out by themselves. So it's important to note, random relay is the same as relay, except it chooses only one path. So for every one of these is a different possible relay it will do, and you can actually even do it where it's unique every time, runs only once, or after each one has been used uniquely, it'll reset, which is kind of nice. It gives you some more options to do. The most correct way to do it for this type of game mode, where you're basing on Call of Duty Zombies, I don't have any of that set, so it's going to be totally random. You can get 2 max ammos back to back. Not likely, but you know that's a possibility. So it can signal the possibility of you getting a nuke. Activates the AI for 30 seconds. I have it set to where blood money can give you 1,000 points, which is nice on containers. Tacklist does a whole tutorial on containers. It's very helpful. But what's cool is you can actually have them give a resource. So I give you 1,000 points, and this is the color of the container. In his video, he shows you all the containers. I'm going to show you just a couple. I'm just going to show you what it'll look like when this zombie dies, and you know what to go do so you can pick it up. So it's on pickups. This is just if you want one like this is on the map when the game starts. So there's diamond box, boot, spiked ball, clock, cubes. Let's see, for example, this is the one I used for max ammo. The nuke looks like that, but obviously it's gold. You can change the colors. So let's delete this. L2 triangle. Right here, if you look at the nuke, ding, gold. Over here, I put double points. Self-explanatory. Change the score settings to where they're doubled. Resets after 30 seconds. And then over here, max ammo. What's cool is you can actually, the droppable itself gives you ammo packs, and then I have it set in other settings too that it also gives you ammo. Just kind of an insurance that you are indeed getting max ammo. 16 packs, in effect, all weapons. And then over here, insta-kill, it just gives you quad damage. It's essentially the same thing without getting too complicated. Over here is the hammer. It pauses the spawning for like 20 seconds, I think it was. 20 or 30 seconds. And then it also gives you haste, so you have time to go run and do something while there's less demons. This one's basically a death machine. Gives you the chain gun in Gatling mode, and it gives you quad damage, so you can just tear through demon zombies, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, that's it. It really adds some cool elements to the game because it adds randomization. That's what makes zombies zombies, or at least it did when it first came out. Notch, Darren, Toten, you know, that's when the box first came out, very first zombie map. You know, really cool. You could spend money. It's kind of taking a chance. One thing I liked to do, so I made wall buy weapons, and that's cool, but I made it to where you can only get specific weapons out of the box, like the Wonder Weapon. Like, for example, the shotgun comes with 2 mods, like an explosive mod and a charge shot mod, and you can only get that out of the box. So it makes it worth the risk of not knowing what you're going to get. I also made it to where you get a demon control grenade and a health dispenser, so you can help your teammates and turn the demons against each other, kind of turn the momentum. Over here, in past that room, I added chainsaw. Basically, it's the or the Bowie knife, whatever. And then I added mule kick. Gives you on successfully spent. Gives you equipment cooldown faster, so you can use your equipment faster. And it gives you 3 weapon slots. So you have to hit set max weapon slots on the player loadout. Do not hit keynote player give loadout. Otherwise, you'll give them whatever's on your weapon list right here, and that could mess things up. And you can change their equipment too. So, like if you had your BFG and chain gun, and all of a sudden you had it to where instead of set max slots you could give loadout, you'd lose all your weapons. That wouldn't be a very fun perk. In the long run, maybe, but not initially. And so this, just another weapon, another equipment over here, shield wall, protects you and your teammates. Another teleporter. So that's that set of rooms. And then over here, the red doors. Leads to the last room. Let's actually work our way up there. So you gotta open the 3rd door, behind door number 3. Plasma rifle, little room over here. There's like a little catwalk above that you can't access down here. You can only kind of like see it. You can, however, jump down. Makes a nice little quick getaway. And you kind of climb up here. I don't know if let's see. Stamina up's over here. Makes you move faster, 150% times speed. And then on the other side is Juggernaut, which you start at 50% health. This gives you 125. So 2.5 times the amount. I figured in the original zombies you could take 2 hits, and then it went to 5. So 2.5 times the amount of health. Originally I had it a little higher, but I rebalanced it to where it's a little more fair, or kept you on your toes a little more. This opens this door right here, and in this room, this is just the other room. It's kind of the distillery in Doris, if you can kind of picture that, the one on the side. There is, let's see over here, siphon grenades, steal health from demons, give them to you. They're in the campaign, they're pretty useful. And then over here, another teleporter, 3rd one. And over here is just the heavy assault rifle. So that's essentially the whole layout of the map. Most of the work was in this room here, obviously, with all the randomized drop-offs and weapons, and then the 3 different AIs that I had to all connect together, and then just essentially setting up all the settings. But like I said, I have them all set up for you. This has been tested by multiple people. I'm hoping on my next video I'll actually release some gameplay so you can kind of see what it looks like, you know, see it in action. Because it's one thing to see the coding, it's another thing to see it in action. On version 1.1, it's on 1.2 now. We actually made it all the way to hardcore mode, so even that has been tested and it does work. That took a little while. But me and my brother diligently got through a lot of rounds together. It's cool, you know, you got to keep your teammates alive. Don't know if I covered this, but quick revive. Let's check that out real quick. Just to let you know, enables the reviving, and it also shows you health of your teammates. So it's nice because it can show you like who needs help, and it actually allows you to revive someone without actually losing one of your lives, which is obviously probably the most valuable resource. But yeah, that's pretty much covers the entire map. I've played it before and it's a lot of fun, so if you want to play it, I'm going to show you how real quick. I'm just going to save it real quick. It's not a hard map to find. I'll show you through the publishing stuff right here real quick. Just let this save. So this is where you can change what kind of map it is. Like, this is how people will find it, and yeah, make it to what it actually is. So solo, co-op, competitive, that's what I chose, and that definitely describes what the map is. It's all one team, one family. You versus zombies. And these are the tags you can look up to find my map. These 2 at the bottom will be the most helpful if you want to try and play with you and your friends. And then these ones are just also related tags. But if you look up Archangel, for example, you'll definitely find my map very fast. This is just kind of you choosing different aesthetics for like what people see when they find your map and they look it up. And then this information lets them know what they're going to get into, a little teaser, and just the name. And then we're good. I don't need to republish it. I just did tonight. So now let's exit this editor real quick. And then over here, just to kind of show you, kind of an example. So search, it's right at the front page. Keyword, let's look up my name. Search, there's 2 different ones, and they're both my maps. What do you know? So yeah, then you can go to there. Oh, see, look. Wow, okay, cool. I've had 10 people play my map tonight. That's pretty cool. And 2 more likes, which is nice, because now, if you look at my map, let's go to info. It's got an 85% rating. So, if you come and play my map and you like it, definitely drop it a like, give it some help, and give it the play count more. I'm trying to get this map eventually on like a featured map or something. You know, kind of a go-to map. So definitely spread the word. And again, my name is Anthony. Trying to be releasing my next video where I actually have some gameplay with my brother Brock. And subscribe. You know, I'll be releasing more videos. Very helpful. Any comments, any feedbacks, any different ideas, definitely appreciated. If you want me to do specifically a tutorial on something specific, like the breakdown of the teleporters or just the mystery box itself, definitely some comments in there, and if you want me to, I will make a video on how to do that. Alright, well, everyone have a good night, and thanks for tuning in.